Hello, I'm John Bates, and I'm the CEO and founder of ExecutiveSpeakingSuccess.com. I do leadership training and communication training for executives. And there's something that I want to share with you as an entrepreneur about doing your presentations. And that is that your presentations, if you want them to be really successful, are not just presentations. You know, you're not just presenting your facts and figures to your audience. You need to make your presentations more of a performance. Now, here's what I mean. When you present things to people, you're just responsible for giving things to them. Here you go, I'm presenting it to you. But when you think about it as a performance, you think about what it's like for them right before you begin, what it's like for them during your presentation, and what it's like for them after your presentation. What have you left them with? And I'm going to give you an example from business that says the same thing, made a huge difference for me because I've talked to the press all my life. And I always got misquoted, just like everybody who talks to the press. But then one day, about 10 years ago, I realized that although I was being responsible for what I said, which is pretty good, I realized that I could go a step further and I could be responsible for what they heard. Now, how do you do that? Well, you know, I didn't even know. There's not a checklist or something that shows you how to be responsible for what someone else is hearing. But I know that when I took it on, when I started really being conscious of not only being responsible for what I said, but actually being responsible for what the other person heard, it made an enormous difference in my life. I stopped getting misquoted almost ever. And if I did get misquoted, it was always for the better. And it just completely changed how I spoke to people. So I encourage you to take on being not just responsible for what you say, but be responsible for what your audience hears, whether it's one person, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people. And it'll make an enormous difference in how your presentations get received.